Welcome to Falcon Excel Academy. I'm Keval Vijay and today I'm going to take you through the full course of MS Excel, lecture number 45. Today we will talk about printing. Specifically, if you work somewhere or if you are a professional, how you should print your sheet and what kinds of problems you might encounter during printing. For example, if you want to print the same heading on all pages, or you want to print all columns on a single page, or all rows on a single page, and apart from that, how can we apply titles, page numbers, or any other formatting from the data onto every page? There's a lot to learn in this one lecture. So before we start the lecture, as always, I would like to say that if you learn something new from today's video, if you gain any new knowledge, then please like and share this video because your one like can help this video reach more and more people. So let's start today's lecture. First of all, I have this sheet here in which I have added student data. We want to print this, so we go to File and then we click on Print here. Now, as soon as we click on Print, you can see that at the top in the title, the date is showing and the page number 7 is also appearing. Also, if you look below, you can see page 3 as well. We have pages from 1 to 3 available here. First, let's talk about this. When we come here, you'll notice that the heading is not being printed on the second page. So, how do we get this heading to print? For that, what we'll do is first, if you've opened this, the first thing is that if you have print preview open, you can click on the page below. If you can't go from here, then you need to go to page layout. After clicking on page, whether you click on print area, size, orientation, margins, or print titles, this dialog box will open for you, and all the printing commands are within these tabs. For example, we have the page tab, the margins tab, the header footer tab, and the sheet tab. So first, let's talk about the page tab. If you want to print the page in landscape instead of portrait, click on landscape. And if you press Ctrl plus P from the keyboard, your page will print in landscape. In the same way, let's come back here again. On print titles, and then we come to the page tab. Here we have the next command, which is for paper size. You can very easily change the paper size here. After that, you should set your print quality to high, up to 600 dpi. Then, moving on to margins, you can see the margins for top, bottom, left, and right here. By default, they are selected. The commands we need to focus on here are center on page, and within that, we have two options, horizontally and vertically. Now see, when we press Ctrl plus P, you'll notice that our data is being printed, but it's in landscape. We want to print it in portrait and center it. So what we'll do here is first we'll go to size, then click on more paper sizes, and then select the desired option here. Click on portrait, and after clicking on portrait, click OK. Press Ctrl plus P and you'll see your data is being printed. But notice there's less space on the left and more space on the right. We want this data to be printed exactly in the center of the page. Even if you go to page 2, the situation is the same. So we want the data to be centered both horizontally and vertically on both pages. What you need to do is again go to size, click on more paper sizes, and then go to margins. First click on horizontal, then click OK. Now when you press Ctrl plus P, you'll see the right margin is now the same and your data is being printed exactly in the center of the page, no matter which page you have, whether it's page number 3, 2, or 1. Then when you go to page number 2, the data is centered at the top. Now, if you want it to be centered in the middle as well, what you'll do is click on page again, then go to margins again and click on vertical, then click OK. Now you'll see your data is being printed exactly in the center. After that, the gap for left, right, top, and bottom will remain the same. You can also do this from here. Then go to page, then margins. After margins, we'll talk about header and footer. As you can see above, how to apply a header and footer. So here in the header, if you want to add, for example, pen stunt free record, you can add it here. If you want to add it here, you can add the page number. And after that, if you want to add your name, the author's name, or the file path, you can easily add those here as well. Now, for example, when I selected the file path is being printed here. Besides this, you have many other options here. You can select from here, like I selected my name, then the page number, and then the date. Now, as soon as you click OK, you'll see that my name is appearing, the page number is there, and the date is also being printed. And this will automatically print on all the pages, not just one page. So, just like you printed the header after clicking on page chart, in the same way, you can also print a photo here. After that, we'll talk about custom headers. By clicking on custom header, you can write any name you want here, or someone else's name, or a company's name. You can click on page number to insert the date here. You can also insert the time, and you can insert the file path as well. Besides that, you can insert the sheet name, and if you want to add a picture, you can add that here too. So in this way, you can format things here as you wish. Next, we'll talk about sheets. In the sheet, the first command you see is print area. So you need to select the data like this. After selecting, click on print area here. You'll see the same dialog box open that appeared when we clicked on page setup or print. So in print area, click here, then click on the up arrow, and from here, select only the part you want. For example, if you only want to print this section and not the rest, select it, then click OK. Now, when you press Ctrl plus P on the keyboard, you'll see that only page number 1 is being printed. Even though we had a total of 3 pages, only the selected part is being printed, the rest is not. So let's press escape here. If you want to remove this, you'll come back to print titles, select it again, and you can delete it from here. When you click OK, it will be deleted. Now, when you press Ctrl plus P on the keyboard, whether you have 1, 2, or 3 pages, the data will be printed on all the pages. Next, we'll move on to the next command, which is about repeating heading rows. Click here, and if you want to repeat the heading like Falcon X Company or Student Fee Record, select both here. After selecting, click OK and press Ctrl plus P on the keyboard. You'll see the heading appears on page number 1, and in the same way it appears on page 2 as well. Similarly, if you want to repeat a column, you can easily do that from here too, so you can print columns as well. After this, if you want to print grid lines, those lines will also be printed. If you want to print in black and white, you can print in black and white as well. In the same way, if you want to print the headings of these rows and columns like A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3, you can have those printed as well. For example, when I press Ctrl plus P, you can see here that the column headers and then the row headers are visible here, so you can easily have these printed as well. When we go to page setup, the same box appears in front of you again. Here, you need to click on header and then click on sheet. Then we will check the command for rows and columns here. Similarly, if you want to print comments or not, you can set that from here as well. After that, you have the option for cell errors, like if you have a blank, a hash, or not available. You can choose whether or not to print those as well. That's up to you. Next, suppose your data is spilling over from one page to another. For that, what you need to do is go to page setup, or you can do it right here. When we click on print, you see the command here, no scaling. Here you have options like fit sheet on one page. When you click on one page, all your data, whether it's spread over 3 or 4 pages, will be adjusted onto a single sheet. If you click on fit all columns on one page, then all your columns will fit onto one page. Similarly, if you click on fit all rows on one page, then all your rows will fit onto a single sheet. Next, let's say your data is going from one page to another, and you want some columns that have gone onto the next page to be printed on a single page instead. For that, what you need to do is set it to automatic, and after setting it to automatic, if you increase the scale here, you'll see that after pressing Ctrl plus P, all this data is being printed on a single page. But if you want the data that's going on to the next page, like the stone name and the total written after that, to also be printed on one page, then what you'll do is keep decreasing the scale here. As you decrease the scale, you'll see your page setup reaches this point, and then when you click on print or press Ctrl plus P from the keyboard, you'll see that all your data is being printed on a single page. So this was today's lecture in which I taught you how to manage and print your data properly in MS Excel. I hope you found it helpful. You must have learned a lot of new things in today's lecture. If you liked the video, please like it and share it with your friends. See you in the next lecture. Until then, goodbye.